Folks, how you doing? Hope you're fine, hope you're well, and welcome to another video. Do not buy these N1 devices, at least before watching this video. Yes, I know it's clickbait, but I had to do it. Please subscribe and like this video. Let's continue. Well, like some of you, I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of reviews on YouTube in which the review is based on the perspective of editing videos. Running some benchmark, testing the performance and the velocity of exporting some videos, and testing a lot of software to edit videos. But what if we don't care about it? What if we don't care about exporting 4K videos in 60 frames per second in less than 1 minute? And that's why this video is different. What if we base this video on the perspective of a software developer? We're going to start with laptops. We're going to talk about the Mac Mini later. Imagine your setup. Imagine that you have two external screens and you have your Mac plugged in. It works just fine, it works just well. But with this M1 MacBook Pro or the MacBook Air, you're not going to be able to have or to use the second screen, the second external screen, at least natively. There are some apps or some drivers where you can emulate this second screen, but it depends on the Wi-Fi connection you have, and sometimes it's laggy, it is not native. On top of that, after every software update you do to your Mac, you have to reinstall those drivers over and over again. So that's a pain in the rear, that's a headache in order to use your two screens monitors in your setup. So I think this is critical. The trending reviews I've seen in YouTube don't talk about this, and I think this is critical for you as a software developer to know this before you buy your new MacBook and you want to use your current setup, your current two-screen setup. So take this in account. However, the Mac Mini, which I currently have, supports these two external screens natively. You only have to buy like a dongle from USB-C to HDMI just in case, but it supports it natively, and it's just like plug and play, and that's it. You don't have to install drivers, external apps in order to use it. You just plug it in and that's it. The second thing I want you to know, well, this thing is not as important as the previous one, but I want you to know that some code editors, and personally I use Visual Studio Code, is not optimized to the M1 chip architecture. It runs over the Rosetta, and I cannot compare the performance of this translation of Rosetta with other Intel MacBook using Visual Studio, because I don't have another Mac. But you should consider that maybe your code editor is not as optimized as you think to this new M1 Mac. It happens either the laptops and my current M1 Mac Mini, so take in account. The third thing and the last thing I want you to know, this is the second most important thing in this video, so taking in account. If you are doing some app development, if you want to program in Flutter, you're not going to be able to test your apps on Android emulator in your Mac. You can do it with Xcode and it works just fine, just well, it's Apple stuff. But I realized when I was downloading Android Studio and also Android emulator, and I wanted to launch a Nexus 5X emulator, I just couldn't. And I searched on Google what was happening, and I realized that it is not compatible Android with the new architecture of the M1 Macs. So I've read that it is like an issue with the compatibility with the architectures. I'm going to leave you a screenshot here of the problem. And that's a pain in the rear as well, because I've come from the Windows world and I bought these Mac devices in order to develop either on iOS and Android. Because in Windows we couldn't develop in iOS because of the compatibility. And I assumed that Rosetta would handle it. And the current solution is just to plug an Android device and test your app. But what if I don't have an Android device? I just wanted to test it on my Mac. It's a pain in the rear. Personally, I want Google to fix this problem and make the emulator to work just fine, just perfectly as Xcode works. Well, and that's it. If you like this video, do not forget to smash that like button, also to subscribe to this channel if you want to stay tuned for next videos, and also share this video with a friend of you if you think this video could help him or help her. And that's it. See you in the next time.